idea. You don't solve the nation's problems, you don't deal with whatever divides you by shutting down the government and hurting the very people that are working for the American people, our troops, our federal employees. I was in Laredo last night. The Border Patrol fellow who's driving us around said, we just got our last paycheck. And the Customs and Border Protection people that are dealing with international trade across the southern border, they're not getting paid. All federal employees. So this is a really dumb idea, but it's a manifestation. It's because of the desperation of the leadership in the Democratic Party like Chuck Schumer. He's afraid that if he makes a simple deal to keep the government open to deal with these issues, that he's going to get my hope is that cooler heads will prevail. Hopefully we'll get some more Democrats join all Republicans and reopen the government.
Is anybody talking in Washington right now, the right or the left? Is anybody in meetings?
We are talking, but frankly, Schumer is telling all of his members in the Senate not to vote to reopen the government. But they are peeling off little at a time, and I think they're feeling the pressure because it's a hard vote for somebody to say, no, I'm going to vote not to pay the military. That's crazy, and but I'm hopeful that in the coming days that'll change.
What do you want to tell the federal workers who are affected? What's the message you want to give them?
Well, my message is I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the federal Congress and the Senate is so dysfunctional that we can't do the basic things like keep the lights on and keep paying government employees. Most people don't really feel this, but soon with air traffic controllers and federal law enforcement officials and the military, I think this is they're going to crack because it makes no sense whatsoever. And I'm sorry that we are where we are, but this is what happens when a small minority of a political base hold their
End in sight for this shutdown?
Yeah, it's got to end. I just can't tell you exactly when. Soon, I hope.
Tariffs. What do you think it will mean?
Well, President Trump has recognized what no other president has recognized, and that is that the United States is treated unfairly when it comes to trade because we don't have access to those markets that they have to our markets. They put tariffs on our exports to protect their domestic industries, and we don't. And so he's basically renegotiating these trade agreements. Reciprocity. We'll treat you the way you treat us. And I think in the end that will promote fair trade that will benefit our economy. But right now, and as that's happening, it's a little bit disruptive and obviously uncomfortable, and it's but we'll get to the end game soon, and I think we'll be better off for it.
Sir, what do you think of the president's plan to buy beef from Argentina? And what would you say to the cattle ranchers who are upset about that?
Well, I am glad it's important because the Chinese and the Russians have made great inroads there, and we've basically been absent without leave, AWOL. But we should never advantage a foreign country in terms of trade like Argentinian beef coming to the United States over our domestic American energy beef producers. Honestly, the biggest challenge to our beef producers in America today is the screwworm, which is this fly that's now infested the cattle in Mexico and is within 70 miles of our border. And we are working Rollins at the Agriculture Department to deal with that. But we should never advantage foreign products over our own here at home.
You said you were in Laredo last night.
Yeah.
What were you talking about there?
Well, many of the same issues that we're talking about here. Obviously, our relationship with Mexico is important to Texas because of trade that supports millions of jobs, not just in Texas, but across the whole country. And it's no secret that our relationship sometimes gets bumpy with Mexico, particularly because of illegal drugs and uncontrolled borders. President Trump has gone a long way to secure the border, and that's in much better shape than it's been in a long time. But we still see too many Americans die from the drugs that are coming across the border or from South America. And this president is saying, I'm not going to tolerate that. This can't be normal, and we're going to do something about it, and he is doing something about it. So, but the truth is, our futures are married together between Mexico and the United States because of trade, because of the fact we have a common border, and we have to work through it, and we are.
Senator, besides the tariffs, the shutdown, the border, what's the other big issue that affects Texas in your eyes, or even the nation?
Well, you know, there've been so many great changes with President Trump in office, just in terms of unleashing American energy, for example, which we know is the foundation of our economy, and it's our strong economy that allows our military to be the best and strongest and most effective in the world, which creates deterrence, which prevents wars. But the incredible thing that President Trump has done, which no other president has been able to do, is bring peace to the Middle East. Now, we'll see how long it lasts, because you're dealing with people who want to eliminate the nation of Israel and who are terrorists sponsored by and supported by Iran, which is the #1 state sponsor of terrorism. But there's obviously a lot going on in the world, but I can tell you that President Trump rarely sleeps. He is the most productive. I don't know if it's the cheeseburgers and the Diet Cokes or good genes that allows him to do that, but he is running rings around most other people up in D.C.
What are your thoughts on Wesley Hunt getting in the race?
Well, Wesley Hunt can't win. And so I think he's listening to some of the consultants who see dollar signs in their eyes and want to make money off of this. But he can't win the Senate primary. We are working hard toward a March the 3rd primary date, and I'm optimistic about our chances. It's been my great honor and privilege to represent the state of Texas in the Senate for a long time now, and I want to make sure that we continue to be a good partner and ally supporting President Trump and his policies, and that we aren't held hostage to the craziness that seems to have infected so many other parts of the country, in Chicago, in Portland, in San Francisco, and places like that. So we've got a lot to be proud of, but we can't take it for granted.
I got time for one last question. Sorry, guys.
The what?
The ballroom?
You're worried about the ballroom?
No. Your opinion on it?
Well, almost every president has made modifications to the White House, and they're never controversial. Barack Obama put in a basketball court, and you didn't see people picketing and marching and criticizing that. So I have every confidence. The President of the United States happens to be a real estate developer, and he's built things. He knows how to do that. He knows how to make nice things and build nice things, and I'm confident that this ballroom will be a great addition to the White House and will benefit not only his administration, but presidents thereafter. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your patience.
It's a, like,
Well, I mean, that's the question they wanted you to ask too,
they
right?
send that to me and I looked at the video.
Well, there you go. He did it for you. He grabbed my phone on the
He's
floor.
gonna say exactly what I knew he was gonna say,
You're good,
which is
you're
what
good.
you got him to say.
Well, thanks for everything.
Hey, no,
I
thank you guys.
appreciate it.
I'm
I
really
mean,
sorry for
I know
the
that-
confusion on the front end on our part. And
That's how it
just
works.
really appreciate you guys' patience and willing to wait with us here. Take some sodas as you leave. Pellegrino
Oh,
as well,
I think
please.
we did.
We were looking at the silverware and we said.
Well, we haven't left yet.
much.